Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is literally about to be Christmas, which is crazy because where did this year go? I don't know, but apparently in just a few short weeks, we are gonna be in 2023. I thought that it would be cool to share with you guys some of the books that I'm looking forward to reading in 2023. There are literally so many, and there's still gonna be tons that don't get mentioned in this video, but I guess what I'm going for is just most honorable mention, like those ones that I'm like really looking forward to and like gonna probably read them in the first half of the year. I know that there are some books that are gonna be released in 2023, so we know that this list will grow. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about these books. So the first book is called Circe by Madeline Miller. I know that she does like kind of like retellings or modernizations of Greek mythology stories. The main character discovers that she has these powers. So Zeus banishes her because she's powerful, and she becomes pitted against these men who are human and gods. And I used to be really into Greek mythology growing up, especially thanks to the Percy Jackson series. So I think it would be interesting to kind of hear a different perspective and hear women being empowered. Okay, so my next book is by one of my favorite authors, Emily Henry, and it's called Happy Place, and it is releasing, I believe, in April of 2023, and I'm literally so excited. I need to pre-order it. I need to get my hands on this book. I absolutely fell in love with Emily Henry when I read Book Lovers. The banter was amazing. Her style of writing is my cup of tea. So I'm very excited for this book to come out. And in this one, two people who were dating but break up go on a group trip with their friends, and their friends still believe they're together, so they're pretending to be together, so fake dating trope. And it puts them in a position to kind of decide, like, should we have broken up, or, you know, should we get back together? So I'm really looking forward to it and all of the banter that Miss Emily Henry brings. The next one I've been hearing about a lot. I'm not even exactly sure what this is about. I know that it's a dark academia book, I believe, if I'm correct. And also it's like considered a contemporary classic, but it's called The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I've been seeing it all over the place, all over Instagram, on people's aesthetic feeds. So I'm very interested to find out what it's about. But I know it is like a dark academia book where they're students and they get into some morally gray stuff or something like that. The next book is another book that I've been hearing about a lot, and it's called Normal People by Sally Rooney. And this story is just about two people who've kind of grown up together, and as they get older, they go on their own life experiences, go to different colleges. And I think ultimately it's just about how they can't stay apart no matter how much they've been through and how much they go through. Yeah, I think this story is just supposed to be very realistic. Some people like it, some people don't. I've heard like mixed reviews about it, but I'm excited to read it and see what it's about for myself. The next one is What My Mother and I Don't Talk About by Michele Filgate. I believe this is a collection of essays or like short stories written by women and just talking about their relationships with their mothers. Some of them are really good, some of them are really bad, some of them are close, some of them are filled with trauma. And I just think it's such an interesting concept because not everyone has the same relationship with their mother. And I think that it's also interesting navigating, like, as you get older, your relationship with your mother. I just thought it would be extremely enlightening to read it. I have a really great relationship with my mom, and the point that I think of my mom as my best friend. So I just am so curious to read other people's experiences and stories. Next book is We Had to Remove This Post by Hannah Bervoets. It's about these people who work for a social media company, and they are basically on the dark side of things. So they're seeing all the radical posts, death threats, and basically all the things that end up getting banned or removed, or they actually have to make the decision whether certain things get removed or not. And just basically how this impacts their lives, how this impacts their morals and the way they see the world. And I just thought that was so freaking interesting. And I was like, I need to read that. And I really hope that it lives up to my expectations, because sometimes when you're really excited about a book and the premise sounds good, it like doesn't deliver. But I'm hoping that this book will, and I'm excited to read it. I also have Babel by R.F. Kuang on my list. This is another dark academia book. I'm not exactly sure completely what it's about, but it's about a group of students at an elite school, because I've been seeing that everywhere and just want to see for myself what it's about. Like, I want to know. I want to be in on the secret. I have a handful of romances that I also want to read. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garamus. And I believe that was like the book of the year for Barnes & Noble, so I also want to read that. I was a STEM major in college, and I just love that there are these books about women in STEM. Like, that makes me so happy. Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Hopefully I said her name right, which is beautiful. This is an interesting story about what it's like to come from a country in Africa to the United States. They have to kind of navigate this new terrain that they're on, and you know, carrying over their culture and how that translates. An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. And yeah, I think that's it for like that big group of romance books that I want to read. I mean, like I said, there are going to be definitely more books that come up as the year progresses, but those are the big ones on my list right now. Another big one I want to read is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. This one has also been all over Instagram, all over Book Talk, all over everywhere. Jack Edwards, one of my favorite booktubers. Yeah, a lot of people talk about this book and they talk about how profound it is and how it literally emotionally wrecks them. But I believe this is a story about college friends. So there's found family trope and basically how they navigate the world. And I think one of their friends has like a very significant childhood trauma, and I guess how they all support each other. And then two series that I'm really, really interested in reading as well. I just finished the Love Light Farms book, and it is so good. Like, it literally was not what I expected it to be at all. And I love that for me because I loved it. And I'm even more excited to know that there are at least two other books, and I think she's currently working on the third one. And these are characters that we're introduced to in Love Light Farms. So I'm so excited to pick that up. Like, I was so pleasantly surprised by that book, and I'm very excited to continue reading. I really fell in love with the characters, and I love the Love Light Farms little corner of TikTok. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. And I love the author. She's so cute. And another series, I have the Six of Crows series. I haven't read it yet. There's a possibility that I may get through the first book before the end of the year, but I know that I'll probably carry over into 2023. As well as the Shatter Me series, which I just have not picked up yet. And I think that about sums it up for my list. I would love to know if there's any other books that you guys think I should read. I have a running list. I have a lot of different genres that I kind of want to step out into and just kind of see if I'm interested in them. And I'm really excited for the videos coming up for next year because I'm already going to be starting off January strong with some fun videos. Let me know if you're adding any of these books to your TBR. And again, if you have any recommendations for me, you can always leave them below. I'd love to read as many books as I possibly can next year. This year I didn't get to do too much, but next year I have big goals and high hopes. So thank you guys for watching today's video. As always, you can find me over on TikTok. You can also find me over on Instagram. I don't post too much there, but I think in 2023, I'm gonna start posting more over on Instagram about book-related stuff. But yeah, you can also find me on Goodreads as always. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like I do when you're with me. It felt like such